Hey guys, what's up? Paladin here. How you guys doing? So YouTube had another update, and I don't know how I feel about this one. I think every time YouTube does an update, I'm going to just kind of talk about it, and you know, I guess every time YouTube has an update, I'm just gonna talk about it. That's and give my opinion on it, I guess. So I don't exactly know how I feel about this one. It's really eh. Essentially, let's just click on a video here. Well, no, first we'll explain it. Essentially, remember that thing that sat on the left-hand side? Um, this thing right here? It usually sat right here, and it would be there, but now you can close it so that it's not in your way. This has pros and cons. Um, the pro, I guess, is that when you're watching a video, for example, let's just click on the IGN one right here. I'm not sponsoring or anything, but this is just a random video. Particularly, I don't like IGN too much, depending on whatever they're reviewing, because I already know they're going to give it a bad review or whatever. That was totally off topic, but anyways, it was the first thing that I saw, so I clicked on it. So now this thing isn't sitting on your left-hand side anymore. So it actually kind of is nice, because you don't have to worry about that being there and it kind of just popping up every now and then or just being random or whatever. Bad thing is that I like to actually have my zoom at 125% because I have a square monitor and not a widescreen one quite yet. Meaning that when I get a widescreen one, this probably will look better, but for now I'm working with my square one. And as you can see on in my perspective, this is like literally touching my screen. This is touching the like I forgot what my friend calls it. It actually, and it's the proper term too, but it's touching the side of the monitor pretty much. You know, this is where my screen ends. It bothers me because it makes me feel like part of the video is getting cut off, but I know for a fact it's not. But it just looks really weird, so I'm gonna work with 110%, which is kind of bothersome because if you notice, the screen's smaller. Um, which I'm gonna have to start hitting the large player a lot more from now on because I don't particularly enjoy my small player being this small. So as said, this clearly has some pros and cons. Another con, personally, the last thing was just a nitpick because that's my monitor. But an actual con to this, actually, is that, you know, your subscriptions, usually you can see some extra ones, for example, right here. And you can also, you know, see your own playlists and junk or whatever. You used to be able to just immediately click on that and see it there. This is now another issue, in my opinion, because it's just one extra click that you have to do, and it's tedious and it's annoying. You have to always remember to click that now if you want to get a little quick view of your subscriptions. That way you don't have to look through them. Uh, you know, and oh god, that's something I didn't know about either. Okay, so it does that now, too. That's very annoying. I personally find that very annoying, actually. I don't like that, I have to click the more button instead of scrolling personally from right here. I actually have to hit the more button and then I can scroll, which if you hadn't noticed, I'm having a hard time exactly touching the more button and then scrolling over. You have to be so precise with it. Like, if your cursor moves this gray bar, like moves away from it, you know, like that, or, you know, you're just kind of moving up to check the list, you can't do that. You have to literally horizontally move to the side and then check, and then use your cursor on your scrolly thingy on your mouse. I forget the name already right now, but you use your mouse scroll to, you know, go up and down on this, or you could just use this and do it that way. But I personally find the scrolling thingy a lot better. So this video isn't going to be too long or anything. It's just a really random video to talk about. I personally, I don't really know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. Like I said, you know, it's a good thing if you're, you know, you click on a video, you know, and it's a good thing, you know, if you click on a video and that's not in your way now. If you've got a wide screen, you ain't got to worry about it anymore. Personally, I still have a blank space there now because I have to zoom, I wouldn't have a blank space if I was still using my 125%, but now I have to use 100%, so now there's still a blank space there, which there usually isn't. When YouTube didn't have this thing right here, and it wasn't here, there was a very thin, like, white line for me right here, but for widescreen people, there probably was a bigger one, unless you use the zoom feature of pretty much any internet browser to do that and move around and junk. But I don't know. I can't say if this is a good or a bad thing. It's just tedious in my opinion. I don't know if it's really truly a bad thing. But it's tedious. It's extra click that you have to do. The same thing. I had the same problem with this shit right here. Yeah, I noticed. Notice something there. Shut up. Yeah, pretty much, this is, this was something I complained about last time, because, before, I'm pretty sure this shit, it sat somewhere else, and it was just easier to access. Now you have to do all this extra clicks, and do all this other crap. I do like that the YouTube settings there, is right there now, though. It used to be just these three. But yeah. I don't really know if it's a pro or a con yet. I personally think it's an in-between kind of thing. Let me know what your opinions are of this slightly new, awkward update. What I don't like, actually, I'm going to talk about it right now, is that this page, not this one, the what to watch is fine, but when you go to your subscriptions and you go back over, like, this page is so plain now because, YouTube is plainly, generally white. And then you got a couple recommended channels here, and they're so small because I'm using, 110%. If I was using 25, they look a little bigger, but it's just, it's bothersome. It's just meh. I don't particularly enjoy how plain this page looks now. But whatever. Anyways, yeah, that's my little opinion on this and junk, and let me know what you guys think about it. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and remember, stay sexy. Peace.